Hello, everybody. Welcome to the part 27 of the Arduboy game dev stream. So, as usual, I will show you some modification I've done outside of the stream, and then we will continue the implementation of the enemy and the AI. So, let's start. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I have renamed the mummy class into enemy because yeah, we'll just use the same class for two different type of enemies. And like I said during the last stream, we should probably have a different sprite for the different type of enemies that help the player to know the behavior, to understand the behavior of the different enemies. So it makes the game more puzzle and less arcade. I don't know how we could say that. So yeah, as you can see, the meme class has been renamed into enemy. So if you look here, it's just the renaming. I've added some constant here and also a flag here to I remove these parameters also, a flag to say if it's mummy or a skeleton. So in the class itself, I can yeah, add the flag, set the flag also, and this is just renaming, just remove that parameters. And then here it depends about the property flag special. So if I use the special flag to know if it's a skeleton or not. So if the special flag is set, then oops, sorry, yeah. Then I use the skeleton width, otherwise the mummy. Also the X is more or less so yeah, depending on which sprite I use, I can check the ground under. Yes, the same. And what else we have? Renaming. Here's the same for the walk anim speed. So if the flag is set, then I use the constant speed. If it's not set, I use the walk anim speed array, as we have seen before. And this is the same for the half turn. We have different half turn speed. And the draw, of course. So depending on if the flag is set, I draw either the skeleton sprite or the mummy sprite, right? So that's pretty, you know, nothing special here. Pretty classical change. Okay, so then we have, so I added the image. The sprite of the skeleton looks like that. So yeah, that is more skinny, I guess. Then we have, so in the map data, yeah, just rename it, nothing special. This is the project. Then in the sprite data, yeah, the CPP, I just added this image, sprite data here also. I had it, and here finally I rename it. If you remember last stream, I hesitated to directly call it enemies. I should, because yeah, I will use the same animation IDs. So I will probably use the same number of frame for the both enemies. That just simplify the code. So I have less special case to do. All right, so that was my first change. Then I also added a wait state for the skeleton, because I feel that after testing it, I thought that the enemy was, I mean, The skeleton enemy, if you remember, the behavior is to follow the player. So I thought, what happen if the player is just under or just above the enemy, the skeleton? So the skeleton will just, I don't know, walk around it. Maybe not great. So I thought maybe just a skeleton could wait. That means we have a wait animation for that. So I've changed the enemy again to add this wait. So we have a update wait state, and we have this new wait state. I also tuned the enemy speed, the half turn speed for the mummy. Also here, and I renamed this array as walk and wait because I use the same array for wait because I also wanted to have a non-linear animation. So the skeleton when he's waiting is like jumping a little bit. So I thought I could just reuse those value. So I renamed the array. Also here I just init the enemy into the walk state, so I don't have to just manually init that. I also decided to move the anim frame count here because basically we do it in every stage. It's just a counter of frames, so we update the frame here. We can just update it in here. That allow us to remove it in all the state. Obviously, I update my wait state, and I increase the fit because in the sprite data I moved just 1 pixel below because I wanted more space above to jump. So yeah, and here I also changed this code to, I added a new function, inverse property, just to reverse a bit with some operation. I thought this function was missing, so, and this is clearly useful for MirrorX. If you left right, left, if you walk in ping pong like that, obviously every time you hit the wall you want to reverse it. And yeah, so like I said, I removed the frame counter here, just rename. And here I just noticed that we had a bug. Maybe you have noticed it. In the walk, we didn't play the last frame. So we were only playing 3 frames instead of 4. Because as you can see, when the frame ID becomes 3, then this is the walk end, and then we directly just after switch to the start again. So this frame could never be seen, was never drawn. So yeah, I move it here in the else. So I let at least and yeah, at least I will play it at least for a certain number of frame, right? Then okay, the frame counter again, move it here, and then in the update wait, the update wait is very similar. It's just changing the value here. Yeah, nothing special. It's just a loop animation, just like the walk actually, but the only difference is that we don't move the enemy. It stays on the same X, same place. All right, so then I added the inverse property, fix that bug because it's a void. So that's the bit field operation to inverse it. And what else do we have here? Okay, just change some place, update the sprite, and yeah, added some more frame in the weight. All right, maybe I can show you that version of the code. Let's update to that. Um, so oh, I think my camera is dead or what? It's not displaying. Let me unplug it and replug it. I hope it was working a few minutes ago before the stream. Let's check. I'm checking in OBS. I had some issue with that webcam sometimes, so I'll try. Okay, yeah, I deactivate and reactivate, and it works. All right. It's not totally straight. Let me. Okay. Oh, so that's the skeleton. That's the walking skeleton. It's not the weight state. Sorry. I can probably change it to the weight quickly. You can just do a init weight. Do I have an init weight? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't. But we can just set the state to weight. Yeah, I didn't go very far. I just wanted to test the. Yeah, we will do that later because I did nothing about it. Just play the animation, but there is no logic yet for the weight state. So we'll see that together. Okay, then we have next move. So I just fix some bug, change some property flag, change the animation again, change the sprite again, so nothing special. Yeah, and finally I did some optimization thanks to someone in the Arduboy forum. His name is Farap. I don't know if I pronounced that well. And yeah, he suggests me some optimization. So basically, it seems that if you use const int in a class, then the compiler don't replace the value in the code. It clearly used the variable. So, but if you use a const int, for example, in the namespace, as I do, then it doesn't change. If you use a const int in a namespace, then you have it doesn't allocate any variable, so it really replaces the value where it is used, but not in a class. So in a class, the int is clearly instantiated. So, but you can use a static const exp, which belongs to C++11, and this does the behavior that I expect, which is not using any any space in memory or in RAM, and just replacing the value in the code. So I've done that in all the const that we have for all the class, and we could save some memory for sure. All right, so that's it. I didn't do a lot of change. So today we can continue the AI. I have also updated the README that I wanted to show you, just to let you know what I have in mind. So we have some bug like the bullet do not disappear when it kills the enemy. It should. Also, an enemy could kill another enemy, so that could be a problem if we want to have two enemies on the same plane touching each other. That's pretty easy to fix, actually. Just need to add one more step to draw transparent the enemies, and then to draw for real the enemy. And then we have the bug for the death, where Rick is going outside of the level. So that's the bug. Now what we have to do in the to-do list for the enemies. So we have the death state of both enemies for sure. We have the fall state, and that's what we will do today. And we need some more logical for the skeleton to wait and follow Rick. Now, so that's for the enemy. Then the remaining item that I would like to implement before doing some level design. For sure, the destroyable blocks. So basically, use the dynamite, place it next to a block, and then the block is destroyed, and then that create a path to maybe crawl under and so on. So that was typical of the game, of the first game, of course. We had some stalagmite also, some kind of pointy, stony stuff. I call them stalagmites, that block the way. So if you touch them, they are lethal, you die, but you could also destroy them by the dynamite. So it's a bit like the spikes, but they are destroyable with the dynamite. We also could have falling items. When you move under, then it falls, or when you move close, it falls. In the original Rick Dangerous game, it was like some kind of grill door, or spikes, I don't know, that was falling. Here we could, to stay in the same theme, I think we could do stalactite, right? So same as stalagmite, but yeah, pointy toward downstairs, and when you go under, it just fall. And I think the both works well together. So yeah, probably will do that. We have the rolling boulder at the very beginning of Rick Dangerous, and that's of course a reminiscence of Indiana Jones. That's so iconic, for actually I wanted to show you that screen, sorry. So iconic for adventurer. So yeah, I want to the big rolling boulder that you should just run, escape, and you have no other way. Just run. Um, but in the original game, it's only here at one place. Um, so and just at the beginning of the game, and I think could be used at more places, right? So if we have the mechanics, better reusing it. So we'll see, but it would be nice to implement it for sure. Another type of enemies after that, the scorpion. I'm thinking about it. Maybe not. That's new. That's kind of new. Um, So why a scorpion is because it's not tall, very short. So you cannot kill with the bullet because the bullet goes above it. Um, the way I imagine it is like it's quite fast, faster than you, so it can catch you. But since it's quite short, you can jump over it. So it's more like an enemy you cannot really kill, or you can kill with a dynamite. But since it's going very fast, it's maybe difficult to kill with a dynamite. So because you have to time it well. Um, so and you may waste your dynamite. So probably you will just not kill them, just ignore them, but just jump over them. So that kind of enemy, if you want. Um, and Then also in the original game there was some kind of trigger, like it was like a wooden post, and when you walk next to it, it was moving some platform. So I don't really want that moving platform. I think it's a bit silly. But we could replace that by a trigger plate, because trigger plate is more you know logical with the environment, with the game, with the adventurer type of of stories. So would be nice to have a trigger plate, and the advantage of the trigger plate is you can clearly see when you walk on it that is basically a plate. You walk on it and it just go down, and that triggers something. So a trigger plate could trigger a door. That we could probably have a door opening or closing. That's very simple. So and then you could have some enemies walking on trigger plate, or some boulder rolling on a trigger plate, and then you should maybe pass the door or something. We could also trigger plate and boulder maybe. So you walk on trigger plate and that release a boulder or something like that. So would be nice. We'll see if we'll do it, but we'll see. Would be nice. And then finally, in the original game, there was a bat. Clearly, I don't want it. In the original game, you fire at the bat, it just move, and then it come back to its original place. It doesn't So you don't kill it. You cannot kill it. That's not very logical. So clearly, this one we can ignore it. But yeah, that's the item I would like to implement, and after that, I think we will be set up for doing some game design and doing some level design. I would say, not just set up some puzzle. All right, so but right now let's try to finish this enemy. All right, so we need. I want to implement the fall first. All right, so obviously, as you can see, our little skeleton is not falling because he's scared. It's like the mummy is avoiding the emptiness. So the first thing we need to do as the check static collision is to remove that test. That check if there is not a wall, so if there's a gap. So I think it's that test here, in front of him. But we should only remove that test if it is a skeleton, not if it's a mummy, of course. So um, do I have a flag for no, maybe I will. I will create it then. We'll say is, yeah, no, is skeleton. So if it is skeleton, we use skeleton sprite width, otherwise the maybe sprite width. Then should be, it's a local variable, sorry. Then here, so if we have collision here or collision there, or I am not a skeleton and there is no collision in front of me, but if I am a skeleton, if I'm skeleton, this one is false, so nothing happened. All right, that should work. Let's try that. All right, so we have a mummy and our mummy is still walking. Let's change it to a skeleton. And it, okay, it works. Let's try again. All right, so that's pretty easy for now. So the thing is, I also want to, maybe we should change the animation. Do I have a sprite for the fall? I think so. Yeah, I have created one. That's with this sprite here should be the fall sprite, and the last four are the weight sprite. Okay, so I think we should change to this, and I also think it would be nice to have a non-linear speed, but as usual, if we do that, we should be careful not going through the ground. So so let's go to, let's create a init init for, or is there only one place I think I only fall from here. Let's search it. Yeah. Okay. So let's change the animation ID also. To enemy 4. Knowing that the mummy doesn't have a a fall. Sprite idea. Yeah. So maybe we can just check if I am a skeleton. We can change the anim ID. Okay. And then after when we have finished falling, yeah, we just go back to init walk, which will reset the animation. All right, let's try that. So sprite data. Oh, jump. I didn't call it fall, I call it jump, but it's more fall, I think. Yep. Okay, we have our fall animation. So now let's look at the code we have for in the falling state. Jump and fall, vertical move, jump fall, vertical anim speed. Yeah. I guess we have an update for the fall. Let's see. Okay, it's in update. It's here, jump or fall, huh? This is jump, this is the fall state. Jump and fall, vertical move. Yep. Then after that is the air control. All right, and then we should be careful about not going through. So it's in the checking the collision. In fall, and this is here. Okay. So I'm wondering if we could share, I think we should share this array. Then the object will fall at the same speed. This array also is it says for the jump 5 like yeah for 5 frame I will move just one. Then yeah, we need to share the two array. All right, and where can we share that? We don't have a common class, I guess. We can create a physics physics file to share it. Yeah, otherwise I don't see another place a logical place to share it, I think. Doesn't make sense to share it in the map manager or in the item, so let's create a new file for that. Let's call it physics. Physics. H physics H. All right, and okay, so then I'll copy this. This file and everything related to the physics simulation. Okay. And so it's the namespace physics. And this one are public. Okay. So here I will include the physics. And here we will replace that. Okay. And this. Maybe I need to move that also. Yep. Okay. All right, so it should do the same. I will add it to the project also. Where are they? Here. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. So it should compile. It should not change my jump. Incomplete type. Yeah. Mm. And I try to do static const x. Maybe it compile. No. All right. That's annoying. Really, really annoying. All right, that's okay. I can move it back to. I can just move that. To Rick. All right. What about? Forgot to remove that. Application of size of. Yeah, it still doesn't know. It's not in the same compile unit. Ah. This is really annoying. I don't know how to compile that kind of code, honestly. Maybe with the function. Let's try with the function. I will not change just to see if it compiles. I will just keep the same name for now. Okay. No, yeah, I write it extend. So now let's move that here. That's what I wanted to do actually. Use but never define. What? Inline function. Use but never define. Extend const x int. Undefined reference. Huh? Sorry. Here I'm quite mesmerized. Why? Yeah, I think the compiler has some trouble with that. I'm afraid I may not be able to optimize that part. Eh? Ah, I have no. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove the const. So does it compile? Yeah. Does it work? I still have my jump. I still have my fall. Okay. That's a good news. All right. So you know what? I will just write the value myself because I don't know how to use the size of. Sometimes C++ get me crazy. It's 12, right? Seems to be 12. Yeah. Why multiple definition? Hmm. It's not external. Okay. So now let's use it. All right, so now let's use this physics in our enemy. So let me check again. It's here. Yeah, we had the minimum index also, I remember. So maybe we should move that one also. Falling speed. Yeah. Yeah, we should move that one also. All right, so let's go to the update 4. I will move that variable too. Okay. Okay, I only used here. And we need that anim speed index. That we increase or decrease. That's not the animation ID. So it's an index to move inside the to move inside the array. So let's see. Let me see where this one is used. Here, I think it's reset in the init jump or init fall. Jump. Yeah. Yeah, so we need a variable like that. And 12. Okay, we need at least 4 bit at least. We can pack it probably. the state. How many state I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. Full anim speed index. Okay. So let's pack it with the previous one. And we should initialize it when we start falling. So where do we start falling? We start falling here. Start falling here, and it should be initialized with the size. We start from the last one. So this one minus one, I think. Yeah. Right, so we initialize like that, then we update, so yeah, we increase the Y, and we decrease this, but we should do that only every frame, so we should use the other array for that. This kind of test. So if the frame count bigger than jump for vertical anim speed, the same index. Yeah, then we should move, and then we should also decrease the index in the array. Okay, so we use the two physics array to move. Right, there's another thing I said we should do is to avoid colliding, to avoid entering into the floor. That's in the update of the collision. So it's where it is. It's here. Check static collision. Let me check again how we did that in Rick. Here. If we were falling, this is where we should move out of the ground. Yeah. And let's check again this one. In the CPB. Okay. Okay. Probably that's enough. Let's try. Okay, what do we have? Physics not declare. What? I didn't include physics? Oh, that's true. Okay, so missing some argument. Left, right, Y, and what do we have here? Yeah, actually, yeah, should be the same as this one. Okay, and left world, left world collision, collision check, and right. A bit long. Let's call it just left world X. No X's. No. Yes, X. Yeah. Okay. Left world X, right world X. That should be okay. That should be enough. It's just local variable. Okay, left world, right world. Does it compile? Yes, let's try. Ah, doesn't fall. We broke the fall. It's in full state. Okay, so I guess the update of the fall is not correct. Uh, oh, I didn't reset the frame counter. I should. But still not. So the frame ID doesn't change, we only stay on the same frame. This one is not initialized. Yes, it is. It is in the full state. Here. So we clearly go into this init state, then yeah, we should have the update 4 here. Call the state is changed to 4. Yes. I need to update every frame the 4 or not. Forgot. No, it should be like that. Yeah. So we start at 11, right? We start at 11. So it should be 1. No, 6. Yeah, we wait 6. And so we back on 4, so we can go up to 16. Okay. Speed. So in 6 we rename the frame count, we reset the frame count, we increase the move, and then we move the array. Yeah, should work. It's like it's updated here. This one is initialized here. I don't know. Let's comment that for now. It's like he's so it's more a state problem then. Oh yes, it's that code. No. If I'm here, that means I have a collision, and if I was falling, then yeah, I should move up here. let's comment this. And I will put back the test here. Nope, still no. Oh, didn't see it worked. Seems to fall at constant speed. Vertical mean index is 3. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's because it's a bit late for me. I don't have the clear mind. Greater or equal to, then reset. No, I was saying I never increased that, but yeah, no, it should be okay. I initialize it here. Let's initialize it into the constructor just to see. Yeah, stay blocked. This one is physics. Go up to 6. So there should be no problem. But I never enter this. Seems I never enter into this if. Which is very strange. Maybe I should write equal. Is it because the value is packed? Should not. All right. I guess I will get it, but maybe offline, outside of the stream. Let's see the diff. All right, so skeleton, left, right, left, right. Doesn't change anything. The fall, init fall. Yes, I should not reset the anim frame count to 0 every frame, because this is, okay, I get the bug. This is false every frame because I'm falling. So so this one is called, the check is called before the update. So this this step is called before that step. So every time I reset it to 0. So I should check if I'm not falling. Then I can do this. Then I guess I can put that back. Nope. So here I have collision and I am falling. But this one is checking. I forgot if it's checking the pixels or what. It's checking the pixels normally. Let's command it for now. So we can see the falling animation is not linear now. This is what I was looking for. However, it's falling like straight. No, not. Maybe we should add some little X movement, like for 1 or 2 frames or something like that at the beginning of the fall. But now, why I have that? So if there is no collision and I'm not falling, so I need to fall. Otherwise, if there is collision and I am falling, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I don't understand why is doing this several times. This one is here. Oh, yeah. If there is collision, I'm moving. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Why is moving up too much? That's strange. It's not walking in the inside the ground, but that may be because we are lucky. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really understand why it's going up. Is it because that function is checking the pixels, not checking the sprite? So there any? Except except here if we are outside of the screen, but we are not. All right, so I think I'm a bit too tired to find this second problem. So I think we will stop stop the stream here, and we will just commit that for now. Yep. How long I stream? 1 hour 24 minutes. And let's review what we have changed. All right, so we have added our physics class, actually namespace, to get the array, to declare the array only one time. Okay, that's our array. And then in Rig we have just move that into physics. So yeah. All right, map data, we just use a skeleton. And then in the enemy we have a new variable. All right, and then here in the CPP, so okay, we can remove that. Don't need that. And so we are doing some init fall here, and here we are not checking the border if it's a skeleton. And here we have updated or update fall function. All All right. Okay. So I would say move the um, falling animation parameter of rig into a separate file, to use it in the enemy class. Okay, implement the falling state of the skeleton, and yeah, and that's it. Or let me save the project also. Yeah. All right. So I will push that. Okay, push that, and that's it. So thank you for watching this stream. I wish we had less problem reusing the fall. I guess today was not very very interesting to watch. So next sprint, or I will fix the last bug. Of course, outside of the stream, I will tell you what it was. And then next stream, I think we will implement the wait state for the skeleton, and the logic of the enemy following the player. So thank you for watching, and then see you in the next stream. Bye bye.